By the age of 13, 70% of kids quit sports altogether. Not because they are lazy, not because they lost interest, but because the thing they love the most has become a source of pain, pressure, and burnout. This is the youth sports burnout crisis, and it's time we talked about it. But before we unpack all of that, welcome to the Parents Playbook. On this channel, we talk about youth athletes' development and the issues that they face and how you can help your youth athlete overcome these issues. Imagine for a moment a young athlete, let's say he or she is 7. This young athlete falls in love with soccer. She's the first one to practice, she's the last one to leave. But by the age of 10, she is on 2 travel teams, doing year round clinics, private coaching, and skipping birthdays just to keep up. By 13, she's walked away, burnt out, injured, and done. Jordan, let's call her Jordan, is not alone. Imagine the Aspen Institute's Project Play reports that early specialization and pressure from adults have turned play into a performance, which robs kids of joy, creativity, and even mental health. Burnout isn't just about being tired, it's emotional exhaustion, loss of motivation, decreased performance, and increased risk of injury. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, kids who specialize in one sport before the age of 12 are 70% more likely to experience overuse injuries. Michael Phelps, one of the most decorated Olympians ever, once said, I was on the verge of breaking down emotionally and I didn't know how to ask for help. Imagine that happening to a 12-year-old with no support system. But who's really to blame, right? Let's talk about the real culprits of this problem. Number one is early specialization. Most parents focus on one sport too soon. They put their kids in one sport and one sport only way too early in their development. There's also year round competition. There's no rest, no recovery, right? Even pros do rest. There's also the parental pressure of tying the identity of their child to performance. There's also the adultification of sports uh, through just forcing people to grow up way too early before they're even ready. These systems are built for rankings, scholarships, getting kids to scholarships, uh, just by forcing them to become adults way too early. John O'Sullivan, in his TEDx talk, once said that children are not mini adults. Their brains, bodies, and hearts aren't wired for what we're putting them through. Think about that for a moment, right? We're subjecting these youths to things that professional players probably don't even go through. But there's a way back, right? There's a way back to joy, the thing that the kids gravitated towards at the beginning. It's not too late to change things. So what do we need to change? Here's what needs to change. Let's give kids a chance to try multiple sports. Schedule off seasons, just like the pros do. When your kid is performing well, focus on praising the effort and not just the outcomes. I'm guilty of this. I have 2 boys who play soccer, and early on in their development, I found myself really focused on what the outcome of the game was going to be, right? Let's move away from that and concentrate on focusing on praising the effort that the kid is putting in. Reconnect them to the reason why they started. It's all about the fun, the happiness. It's not about lowering the bar, it's about protecting the fire that fuels greatness. If you're a parent, coach, or athlete, this is your moment. Share this video, Have the hard conversations. Let's bring the joy back to youth sports before another kid burns out. Stay tuned for our next video where we talk more about this subject and we go into details in how you can start helping your child, youth athlete perform at their best. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you get notifications when we put out a new video. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.